heart pounding, drenched in sweat,
You got this!
and no excuses. These are the greatest workouts in America.
We as humans are far more capable than we believe.
No matter the odds,
Think about the end result.
get out there and get going.
We're gonna start with 45 minutes.
This is Pumped.
The essence of skateboarding is the roll. If you get on a skateboard and you roll, you're skateboarding.
Well, I started skating when I was 5, just skating around like maybe 3 times a month. For the past 2 years, been skating consistently every day.
Man, this stuff will build character in a person beyond skateboarding, because there's a lot of failure in skateboarding.
The reason why we fall is so we can get up again. And if you're gonna skateboard, you're going to fall. And if you can remember that once I fall, to get back up, you're a success.
Sometimes you take a hit and you may get up and try it again and then land it, and you just gotta persevere through it. So it teaches you perseverance, whether it's landing a trick, but also whether it's like getting through college or getting through whatever in life.
Because if you allow fear to control you, you'll never accomplish anything in life. Skateboarding really is a culture. It's nothing like football, nothing like baseball, nothing like basketball, because for those sports to happen, you essentially have a team. For this to happen, all you need is you and this.
They play football. They play baseball. People don't play skate. You go skate.
When I got involved with skateboarding, it's like, people in my neighborhood, man, what you riding that skateboard for? Boy, you ain't white. And I'm like, what does that got to do with it? I kept doing what I was doing because I enjoyed doing it, not because somebody basically wrote on a piece of paper, this is what you ought to do because of your skin color. I didn't care about that.
People who don't really know much about the culture, they look at me and they go, why are you doing that white boy sport, right? Or, you know, why are you trying to be a white boy? And it's like, nah, like, you got it all wrong. Like, it's not even like that. Like, everybody can skate.
That's wild.
Can I try it?
On the inside, none of that, right? We got brothers, sisters. You see, we got Katie up here, roller skating. We all good, we're all family, you know what I mean? There's no color in it.
Skateboarding is about self-expression. My mom, she loved me, but my mama didn't understand. I was on the track team, I was on the swim team, I played softball, organized sports in school, and then I stopped all that to pick up a skateboard. It's like, you ruining your life. But she didn't understand, this didn't ruin my life, this helped me. I'm not saying you're settling if you want to play football, basketball, or any other sport, but what I'm saying is don't let the stereotype of people saying, well, most black people don't do that. Black people do what black people want to do based on what they desire to do.
When we first moved to Houston from Massachusetts, I guess I was about maybe 10, 11 years old. And my father, trying to get us comfortable, took us out shopping. And we was walking down the toy aisle. And I picked up a big old Dodge van with the roof cut out to put my Evel Knievel in. And as we were heading toward the front to pay for everything, saw a skateboard rack. Went over there and grabbed that plastic Makaha board. And that was in 76, 77. And put the van down, and the rest is history. You know, back then it probably wasn't an art form for me yet, but I was interested in this activity. And whoever was a part of that, I was interested in.
My son, when he was in elementary, he had friends and they got a hold, a wind of what was going on at our house. And when they got into junior high, they found out, man, Lawrence and them got a ramp in their backyard. I'm in what we call the hood, and this guy got a big old ramp in the backyard. Screwing and hammering and cutting in my backyard. I had one neighbor behind me, they was like, do you know something we don't know? I was like, what's going on, Miss Williams? She say, boy, you look like you building the ark back there. What we have now, what we didn't have when I skated, we have mothers, fathers, and kids all skating at the skate park. That did not exist when I skated at all.
You've got kids that are in these apartments that before really didn't have a place to go. We said, what would you like to see? What can we do for you? And they all said, we want a skate park. And now they come over here to the skate park. It's completely free of charge. We have full-time staff and security, and it's a great place for them to congregate and just practice their skateboarding.
Yeah, when they were building this park, at first I didn't expect it to be as big as it is and as fun as it was. And you know, with the location and things of that nature, it just kind of have you guessing and wondering. But since it's been here, it's been happy times, families, and memories, you know. And with the skate park being here, it does better the community.
We decided that if we're going to do a skate park, we want to do one that's going to put Houston on the map. We have over 78,000 square feet of skatable surface. In addition to that, we've got not only street skating, we have vert skating. We've got the snake run, the bowls. We have skaters of younger kids, gentlemen that are in their 40s, girls, young girls, and so it appeals to all different people that just enjoy the sport.
The start of me skateboarding wasn't in nothing like this. It was just in the front yard, in the driveway, and in the street in the front yard, flat ground.
You know, over the years, a lot of cities have put in public skate parks, which has been great for the community. It's a place that has all different size stuff. They're usually cement though. So to have a vert ramp in your city, something like this that isn't cement, is very rare now. I grew up skating on the streets and pushing around. The first ramp I saw was in an older kid's backyard. It was about 4 feet tall, and I just got drawn to it. So you start, like, you know, maybe getting on the skateboard, pushing around, but now with the public parks, it's so accessible that people learn to skate, you know, things like this that have transitions and have rails and have stairs. So it's definitely a progression. Then you start skating bigger and bigger stuff, and sometimes you get hooked on skating stuff that's this big. I know people who are 15 or 20 years older than me that are still skating ramps of this size and skating downtown. It's sort of like the fountain of youth. I think you go out, you know, a couple days a week, roll around. If you really, you know, you really love it, it just comes natural, and I think it just keeps you young to stay out and be active.
Later.
The attitude or culture of skateboarding is like, you do what you want.
You're watching Pumped.
You don't have to ask a skater, do you want to go skate? No, I'm gonna go skate. It's like, I don't have to be asked, do I need to breathe? I gotta breathe. So if you skate, you gotta skate.
You gotta have respect for the OGs. Derek, when I was like 12, 13, coming up, just getting into skateboarding, he taught me how to do tricks proper. And he taught me how to like do things with style. And he didn't have to, you know, he was an older guy, and he would like set aside time with me and my friends and be like, hey, like y'all are doing these tricks, and y'all are landing them, but y'all aren't doing them proper. Like this is how you do it with style, you know? And so that was a big thing with me and Derek when we were coming up. And he's always been encouraging in all the contests, always been in my corner.
I spread the love and the joy, and in the skate world, we call that spread the stoke. I want to show another kid how stoked skateboarding is.
The attitude or culture of skateboarding is like, you do what you want. I may do the same trick as one of my homies, but we may do it completely different ways, right? And he can't tell me that the way I did it isn't cool, and I can't tell him the way he did it isn't cool, because we've got our own style.
A freelance artist don't care about the border on the canvas. If I want to take that line and flip it off the side, that's what I want to do. I'm freelance. You can't put me in a box. That's what skating is. You can't put us in a box.
So within skateboarding, you get this like stigma that most people, you know, they're just junkies who do drugs and they go skate or whatever. But within skateboarding, there are actually a lot of like successful people within this community. I skate with scientists, engineers, mathematicians. Nah, that's the one.
That's the one?
I'm able to use these connections that I've made through skateboarding in order to aid things like my nonprofit or my schooling or get more connections for internships. And so those are some of the things that I'm able to bounce off of skateboarding that help me, you know, in the real world. You know, I don't have this like end goal, like I gotta be a pro skateboarder. It's like, nah, like I gotta have fun with it every day. I'm out in the streets filming at a new skate spot we found, or at a new pool we found, or a new ditch we found. And that's another grind in itself. You know, like this is like the daily grind, you know, you skating with your friends, having homies, but the skate video and going out and like on a mission and getting clips, that's like a whole nother different realm of skateboarding. I just want to keep skating and getting better.
When it comes to the lifestyle of skateboarding, I don't think it's ever going to go away. I think there's going to be people like me and Derek that have ramps in our yards or bowls in our yards. The street skaters that all they need is a spot with cement and a handrail, they'll keep it alive.
My dad used to skate a long time ago, and I love to skate, so now I'm just like skating. It's my favorite thing to do in life.
The essence of skateboarding is the roll.
Up next,
we have people sometimes that they never swam in their life before, and I tell them, actually in the ocean it's much easier to learn than in a pool.
you're watching Pumped.
If you're swimming and it's not in the pool, that's open water. There's nothing else like it in the world.
You really don't get to know San Francisco until you know the water.
We have this incredible resource of this bay. Everywhere you look, there's like a nationally known landmark, an icon. And I kind of did a double take, like you can just walk in. You can just, no one will stop you. You can just swim in it for free.
I love open water swimming. It's challenging, it's beautiful, it's an experience.
You've got to come and just take it a little at a time, and you'll be amazed at who you become.
I always say you can let the ocean just kind of tap you on the shoulder and say like, hey there, right here, and just get a taste of it. We are at Aquatic Park in San Francisco near Ghirardelli Square with Waterworld Swim's weekly Swim with Pedro Sunday swim in the bay.
Waterworld Swim is an organization that I founded approximately 27 years ago with the purpose of helping swimmers to be introduced in open water swimming. I grew up in Chile, in South America, where we have the 2,000 miles coastline. For me, it became sort of a passion for the Pacific Ocean. I found a passion also to help others. Everybody's welcome, any level.
First time to try open water.
Are you really excited?
Yeah, I'm really excited.
We have people sometimes that they never swam in their life before, and I tell them, actually in the ocean it's much easier to learn than in a pool.
It's very cold, but it's also very manageable. I remember the first time I got in and my chest seized up. I was like, oh my gosh! And I had a wetsuit on.
Well, when you first hit the water, it's a shock, but you swim through it, and then your body just naturally warms up.
I learned, because I'm very new, to breathe and to just enjoy and to say, the cold is my friend, the current is my friend.
I think the thing that still surprises me about open water swimming is that it doesn't take much to feel like you are in the middle of the ocean. Like even here at Aquatic Park, you look from the shore at the buoys and you say, oh, that's not that far. And you get to the buoys and you're like, oh my gosh, I am out here. And so it makes such a difference to be out there with a big group of people who are kind of also feeling it out, with coaches on kayaks and stand-up paddleboards looking out for you. This absolutely wild thing ends up also feeling really safe and like really part of a tight-knit community at the same time.
You should never swim by yourself. So that's the reason that I created this group. We coaches, we assist in trying to introduce people, teach them, and to make the program safe too. So any level they come, they try, and they get addicted. Open water swimming is a sort of a therapy for your brain, a therapy for your body. It's a sport with no impact, and at the same time it's challenging.
So you learn how to be really quiet and really calm, even when the water's tossing you everywhere. And isn't that what life is like? Life tosses you, right? You have to learn how to find your grounding. And when you can do that in the water, you can do that in life.
And I think too, just for health and wellness, you're here with the community. There's something about knowing that every week you're gonna have people waiting for you, who know you.
They also do a lot of teaching. So they take you outside of the wall, so outside of aquatic park. You're not just jumping off a boat and guessing what you need to do. They tell you where the currents go, where not to swim, where to aim. So it's a lot of really good work they do.
I hope they learn about the friendship among all the swimmers. They are all confronting the same thing. They're all doing the same thing.
If you want to expand your limits and you want to get to know San Francisco in a way that no one else does, if you want to have an incredible new family of people who will have you discover new ways of being, just come to one swim and go little at a time.
Coming up.
I think it's really neat that our kids have something like this to do because we didn't have this when we were young.
You're watching Pumped. We're headed to Texas.
We're here at the Rockstar Energy Bike Park, located at Kirkendall and Rankin, right off of I-45. It's one of the largest combination bike parks in the world. It's about every kind of biking you can imagine. BMX bikes. We're very annoyed that they couldn't bike at the skate park, so we said, okay, we'll build a bike park. But what we want is every possible amenity for bikers. And so we said, let's start with the sanctioned USA BMX racetrack, which we hold the nationals here at the Rockstar Energy Bike Park. And then we also wanted to have pump tracks, dirt tracks, and even tot tracks for 2- and 3-year-olds to learn their skill so that maybe they can go on the big track someday.
They have dirt jumps, and then they have the bowls and street course and all that stuff here. Mountain bike trails on it. It's amazing. They have everything.
It's one big park, but it feels like it's 4 different skate parks. Each one is like, it could be its own separate skate park. There's a beginner section, intermediate section, and advanced section, so it's got everything for any level of rider.
I live about 15 minutes from here. Try to push myself a little bit every time. Usually I come up here when I'm feeling a little stressed out, so you kind of clear your mind and you don't think about anything else, so you just kind of focus on staying on the bike and not crashing.
We're excited to have this kind of an amenity in North Houston. And it started with the skate park, which is the largest in North America. And at the same time, we built Dillon Park, which is completely wheelchair accessible. And so this was the 3rd tier, the bike park.
My brother and I traveled here from California, and we just stumbled across this park, and we were told by the locals it's like a $14 million park, and it seems like it's kind of a hidden gem, so hopefully the local community enjoy this amazing gift that the city's given it. It's top-notch, perfectly built transitions. It's so much fun to ride.
So we wanted it to be one of the best in the world so that people would look at North Houston a little bit differently. It became a destination for them to come with their kids and their families and spend the day here.
You know where you need to turn your front wheel when you come out? Yeah. Right there at the top. I just started again after about 15 years of not riding. It's good to have a park this close by, just for bikes. You got it. It's a great family sport. This is what I do with my kids every weekend.
I wanted to come out and learn some new tricks.
He's progressing a lot better than I was. We didn't have the quality bikes that they have now when we were that age.
He taught me a few tricks, then he teaches me the 180.
Yeah!
Yes!
Perfect! Heck, he's better than me. What you talking about?
High five!
I think it's really neat that our kids have something like this to do because we didn't have this when we were young.
They come in here with their bikes and they're just amazed that now they can use their bikes all over this park while they're waiting to go on the track to race.
I'm from Beaumont. We don't have nothing like this where I'm at. This thing is so huge. It has everything you can want from a bike park. It's great. You know, you might fall on your butt a little bit every now and then, but I mean, being with your homies, having them there to pick you up and just throw it again. And then whenever you finally land it, it's a rush.
The park itself is free and open to the public. All you need is a helmet. If you want to go on the racetrack, that is a fee because it is a sanctioned racetrack.
Riders ready, watch the gate.
I think we've had riders from over 22 countries come into this bike park to race on that racetrack. And so it makes a huge difference on what we have here to offer them that they can't get elsewhere right in this area of Houston. We have clinics available here not only for first-time riders, but also we have pros that we bring in for elite training. It's amazing for these kids to have that opportunity to work with some of the people they do.
It's really cool to be able to come out and skate and bike and all that stuff. It's really cool. I first came here and I was like, I've never seen a skate park as big as this, and there's so much to do here. The big skate parks are like out in California, and it's nice to just come here. It's about 20 minutes to do stuff, practice. It's really nice.
The amazing thing about this park is we see little kids come in here with their parents that might be 3 or 4 years old. The next thing you know is they want to be on that big racetrack. Forget the little hills that we have for them. Within 6 months, they're going down that big track.
I perfected my 180 and practicing to land the 360 for my new signature trick. It's fun. It's extremely scary, but whenever I have the adrenaline to do it, I get super excited, have fun. Oh! That was so close. I get hurt. I try it again. Oh, that's fun.
There's really not another park like this that I've ever seen. I mean, you've got a choice of the path all the way around the park, which is a dirt path, which is fantastic for old men like me too. And I've got my old bike here, which is 20 years old. And I've got 3 kids going each direction. Then once they're gone, Daddy gets to go play.
It gives me such satisfaction to know that maybe we made a difference in some children's lives.
Have a favorite spot to get pumped? Tell us on social media.